Mikey, Buddha, and William Waffles.
I don't drink soda.
Recently it came to my attention that there's this whole other reality that I've been missing out on, this virtual reality, and Mikey's now a part of it, and I immediately felt compelled to run out, get $300 and go get this Oculus so that I too can participate in this virtual realm. Who knows? I could very well be king or some sort of dignitary over in this virtual reality. So again, I have to get to it as quick as possible. I went to Target. Target says no can do, can't help you. Sold out for weeks. My friend Rick was working in electronics. He couldn't even hook me up. There's not a couple stashed in the back for you. There's nothing. There's no Oculuses. Is it Oculuses or Oculi? There's no Oculi. So I head over to Walmart. I figure Walmart's got to have some. They're probably not going to be, like as great a condition as the Target Oculi. Nope. No can do. Sold out. We're about to do the podcast and I feel like a sucker. I've spent this whole week in regular reality while Mikey's been over there in this virtual realm doing what? Probably running amok. Running amok without my help. There's one more place in Slow County that sells these things, and we're gonna check it out. Best Buy. You claim to be the best. I'm gonna determine that whether you let me buy an Oculus or not.
Ty, is that you?
Me, but I'm back from a different reality.
Yeah.
I brought this futuristic Coke Zero that has zero sugar. I brought this back from the virtual reality.
Oh.
In the future, because obviously this present reality, I don't have the Oculi.
You just got one, or
Oculus
what? Or
yet.
did you get two?
What?
Did you get two, or is it just the one?
Just the one Oculus, but I still like
No,
it.
the soda.
Oh yeah, just the one soda.
We're at our local Best Buy. Some call it the Best Buy.
I mean, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
There's one item that I'm looking to buy,
Mm-hmm.
and if they don't have it, then
Then what?
then what? It's not really best.
No.
You might consider it the worst buy if I can't buy the item that I'm looking for.
I'm going to do a manual zoom. Wait, is it the Best Buy? We'll find out. So, is it going to be with the video games or the computers? I don't know. Oh. They got it.
It's too easy. There's gonna be some sort of difficulty, right?
What,
They're
do you not...
They're gonna get one look at me and be like, "Hey."
Do you not feel good about this? You don't think... I mean, we could go somewhere else. Can you wear the store model or put your face down? Try it out.
My finger's stuck in that.
What is this?
Get out of here, $2,000.
How does it go in your face? Ty, this guy, he bought me this new camera for Christmas. And this is the camera that I'm using. And that we use for the podcast now. 4K, baby. Look at this. I just found it. This is it. What a sweetheart. What a sweet guy. This brand new too. It's great. Hey Ty. I love you, dude. Well, how's it feel?
They let me in this motherfucker and they let me come out with it. Joke's on you, suckers. I'm gonna take over this virtual world. Hey, I got an Oculus. It's fucking sick, huh?
Do you
Hell
feel
yeah.
different?
I feel way different. I feel like on the precipice of something major.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I do. Oh, I know what you mean.
Okay, here it is.
For my entire life, everyone, from the mayor of the town to Target to Walmart, has tried to limit me to just this reality, to this single reality, knowing that my power extends far beyond this reality, this realm, into all realities. But they've tried to hold me down, suppress me into this single reality, and keep me away from the virtual reality, which has been calling me. But you know what? Best Buy done fucked up, and they let me get an Oculus, and we're gonna open it right now, and I'm gonna get to the virtual reality, and I'm gonna do all kinds of shit. I'm gonna fuck shit up. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Nondescript white and cardboard box here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So you got this headset. Pop this right out. Get this straight on.
Okay, now be
straight on the dome.
careful with your lenses in there. Don't touch them.
Okay.
Well, hold on. You need to put batteries in the controllers.
Pew pew.
Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
I'm Awesome Ty.
And we are here, and we're a couple of Oculi boys.
Yep.
We both, as you can see,
Oculords.
The Oculords has hath risen. And we are here. We are living a virtual life. I thought you were putting it on.
I'm using it like binoculars.
Yeah, and you can peer into this world.
It's like night vision.
Oh no, this light's freaking out on us, dude. I don't know if the light likes the Oculus.
It's the Oculus. Oculus is, setting all the other electronics into, like a panic mode. Computers acting bizarre. We've got this light just flickering about like it's,
It's getting odd in here.
We've got I think the one Oculus wasn't quite enough to cause the power surge, but the two Oculi combined have basically, again, sent all these other electronic devices into a panic mode because they're fearing for what's to come.
Yeah, and then my Oculus, I fired it up when you were setting yours up, and it was kind of like not doing good for me. It was, my Guardian wasn't registering, it wasn't tracking my movement for
this might be like a Star Wars situation, like when Luke's first discovering that he has more power than everybody else, like things are, like he starts moving shit around, and that might be like the type of deal. Like I unlocked the power of the Oculus, and all of a sudden, I can't control things just yet, you know what I mean? I haven't really gotten my powers fine-tuned yet, and as you can see, like, maybe there's a little bit of, haywire going on.
So this is the Oculus episode. It's a little crazy, it's a little haywire. If this light is going off and bugging you, I'm sorry.
You're just going to have to deal with it, pal.
Yeah. And we have just gotten back from the store. You went to how many stores to try to find this Oculus?
I went to not one, not two, but 3 different stores.
Lucky number 3. They always say it comes
third times the charm.
Third time's the charm.
And you know what? We lucked out. I went to Target. They couldn't help me. I went to Walmart. Nothing. They were rude to me, honestly. They were offended me. I went to Best Buy. They said they didn't have it. I demanded to speak with the manager. Manager said, "You know what? We can't help you, buddy." I demanded to speak to a third manager. The third manager came out and said, "You know what? We've got a bunch of Oculus. Our mistake."
Now, what I did, kind of as a gift to you, I didn't want to say anything, but I found someone that was there that was coming to pick up an Oculus that they had ordered online and had reserved for them, which is why there was no Oculi available. So I found him. I had remember I had that blue shirt earlier?
Yeah,
so I had the blue shirt.
I was wondering what was going on with that.
And I told him, "Sir, I work for Best Buy."
Yeah, like a blue polo shirt.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's been
a mix-up.
It's been a mix-up.
He said mix-up.
A purchase surge of Oculi. They're all out. We're all out. Okay. And I know that the app says that it's here, but it's a lie.
I thought you were just doing like a bit that I wasn't like in on. I was just, like kind of like, oh, all right.
And then, I had that guy, I said, what you have to do to accept your Oculus is you're going to have to change the name on your order to my name. I'll pick it up and hand deliver it to you tomorrow. You can trust me. I work at Best Buy. But then I gave him a fake name, so that way they didn't know. I gave him whatever name we picked it up under.
So you really, basically played like a whole game of chess with this fellow to procure this Oculus for me.
For you, yeah.
Thank you.
And then you went up and you said, "Hi, my name is Tyler Beskowski."
Should we do like a virtual handshake? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll do it. That's the wrong one. Here we go. We got to touch tips. It's my pleasure, man.
Thank you.
So,
because I felt like I was being suckered out of this whole other world that was available to me. It's like I could be living 2 different lives, like a virtual life and this regular life, which I've already been living for God only knows how long. So it's like I'm ready for this new life. So I really didn't even have $300 to go out and spend on like a new video game system, but like it's Oculus, not a video game system.
No, this is a whole super.
I feel like I can, commit some sort of financial crime inside the Oculus and get my money back relatively quickly. Can you delete that?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, like crimes committed in the Oculus, like
No, everything that happens in the Oculus happens in real life.
What?
It's not Vegas rules.
Okay, so
It's dream rules. Like if you die in your dream, you die in real life.
Oh, okay.
So all of those same things. And I know that if you fall asleep in the Oculus, you fall asleep in real life, which is scary.
Oh yeah.
And there's this whole this whole group of people that I just learned about that are people that sleep in virtual reality.
Now I wonder if say if you spend, like 12 and a half hours of the day on this Oculus, you come out of it. Do you know which reality is virtual anymore?
I will tell you one thing, that regular reality, ever since I spent my first long chunk of time in the Oculus, regular reality looks different. And it always does. It's not like it just looks weird right after you take it off.
Now, do you find yourself becoming more suspicious of people in this regular reality as opposed to the virtual one?
Not people yet, but reality in a whole, yes. Like I look around and I go, this could be virtual. You know what I mean? What's the difference? It's not much different. And that, I guess I heard, the only person that I heard a bad review from the Oculus, like we said, when we went to Best Buy, the guy was like, we have a 15-day return policy, but I haven't seen anybody returning them.
Yeah, and I asked him, I was like, is there anything I should know? And I kind of gave him a chance to spill his guts on what he knew about, this realm of virtual.
And he played coy.
Yeah, oh yeah, he acted like he didn't know what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm. So I was talking to this guy that I know, and I was like, I got an Oculus, and I had seen him on my friends list. When you sign in, sign in with your Facebook, and
it showed me who had
your 8 friends that have an Oculus.
Now that's why I'm wondering: is your Oculus virtual? Do you actually have an Oculus, or is your Oculus inside the Oculus to where?
Well, no. I have an Oculus. It's right here.
I mean, is it?
I don't know. It's really, you got to do ghost rules and see if you can touch it. If you try to touch it and your hand goes through it, then it's virtual.
I mean, there's a lot of Inception level shit going on with this whole thing.
So I saw this guy on the friends list, and I saw him in real life shortly after, and I was all like, I think it was real life.
Did you give him just kind of a nod, a knowing nod,
like Fight Club? I just kind of
looked at him. Not even a wink. You don't even wink at him. You just
instead of a black eye, I had the red lines from wearing the Oculus, and I just looked at him. And
I picture like a single teardrop that's made of a
tattoo
code, zeros and ones just drops down, and that's how you know.
It'd probably splash out, if anything. But I asked him. I said, sir, I see that you have an Oculus. I also have an Oculus. And he said, yeah, I did, but I sold it. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, it was too good. And I used it too much, and I spent too much time in there when I should have been doing other things.
See, I don't know about that.
And then he was like, it made real reality look weird. And I was like, okay, I feel that. And then he was like, when I found God, I realized that I was poisoning.
It's always about God.
Yeah, so then I was like, oh, okay, it's not the same.
Well, you know what? He's living in an alternate reality himself still.
I already have the second reality that I live in, and it's one where God exists.
You know what? I could be God in this alternate reality. See, that's the thing. There's so many unopened doors for me in this new reality, whereas me being God in this reality, the door on that is very much closed.
Yeah. There are literal, metaphorical, and virtual doors.
I mean, there's just so many boundaries that have been established for me in this reality, whereas in the Oculus reality, I mean, who knows? Who knows what I'm capable of? Possibly nothing.
And it's new.
Possibly absolutely nothing. But again, we just don't know where the ceiling is.
But I will tell you that there are some downsides of this virtual reality. Everything comes with pros
I've noticed you haven't shaved, and I mean, granted you're wearing the beanie, but I mean you just look a little bit unkempt.
I stopped
I'm kind
shaving.
of wondering is that causing you a lack of self-care in
I don't need to shave because in virtual reality I don't grow a beard unless I decide to. So I'm just deciding not to shave. Right. And it's kind of like canceling each other out, so I have like a 5 o'clock shadow all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. If you like compile both of the worlds, but I definitely have stopped shaving, and I also have not showered since I got this Oculus.
Now, are you showering in the Oculus at least?
See, well, that's the thing is that I did put a bag on my head because I didn't want the Oculus to get wet when I was in the shower.
No, but I mean, can like you take a shower in the
inside of VR? Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
So I mean, like
I haven't done that.
Oh, so you're not showering in either reality?
No. So it is not equaling out whatsoever.
Right.
If I spend most of my time in a shower world in VR,
so it's just an all-around lack of self-care in both universes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have a unbelievable, sometimes unbearable back pain that I've gotten ever since I started using this because it like pulls your head forward because it's heavy and you have to like do something weird and use a muscle that you never use. And I'm sure it'll go away after like a couple weeks of doing it, just like anything. But it's so like the kind of back pain that you hear people complain about and you're like, I've never really had.
You know, this thing's portable, right? So in theory, you could take it wherever you want.
Yeah.
And, like you could do this while you worked.
Yeah.
And like while you're at school or doing whatever it is, you know, you do throughout your day.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it would be difficult and it would look weird, but you could.
And I think that like the Oculus is bigger than it's ever been right now, which is really kickstarting VR. And I was watching this thing about the Oculus Effect, which is everybody...
Like with the Berenstain Bears? Is that what you're talking about?
No. It's not the Mandela Effect.
Oh.
But what it is that the Oculus was the first console to like get cheap enough for regular people to buy. Because usually it's like over $1,000 for an Oculus Rift.
Yeah, or like what attracted me to it was the availability of it. Like, granted, like I had to go to 3 different stores, but like a PS5 you still can't get for retail price, and a PS5 is just a console.
Yeah, at least this was available.
Like, this is like something like new, and like I mean, again, far more opportunity for me to commit crimes.
Yeah. Lots of crimes and no repercussions, minimal repercussions. But what was I saying? I forgot.
Something about virtual reality.
Yeah, you're right. Well, the back pain is real, and it happens to a lot of people. I found out. I looked it up, and I found out that is a thing. And I've been having it like.
Like, how are you? Are you sitting in like a weird position when you do it?
It's
or
just
like,
horrible posture. When
are
I'm
you
doing
standing?
It.
Like, I see myself standing a lot.
Yeah,
for
half
this.
and half. Like, sometimes I'm standing, sometimes I'm sitting.
I'm kind of disappointed that there's not like an attachment for my feet to where I'm doing more like footwork.
But what I'm gonna do.
I wonder if I could put this on my foot.
You could maybe. I know that you can get these like straps, little bracelets and anklets that will track your arms and legs.
Oh, yeah.
And those are only like $30 or $40 for a set of those. And then you, it's just something about like the weight of it. What I'm going to do is get the Elite strap because it has like the inside of a construction worker hat, like the little frame, plastic frame, but it's on the back and you like screw it onto your head. And it's supposed to be like more comfortable, and there's like a battery pack on the back, so it like evens out the weight of it.
Oh, okay.
But just something about it like pulls your head forward, and you just have to have like a weird stance to get it to sit comfortably on your face. And my back is wrecked.
Correct. Okay.
It's been constant ever since I got it, just constant back pain, and some of the worst back pain I've ever had in my life.
I wonder if you should do it like lying down. You lie down flat on the ground and you do it looking up into the sky.
Also, another danger is blurred lines.
Like with your vision.
Blurred vision, yeah. And also, just like blurred lines of reality.
Robin Thicke? Are we talking about like a thick situation here?
Yeah. We're going to drop that in.
We're right in the thick of things.
But, like, who's to tell what's reality and what's virtual?
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, say if you spend, more than half of your day in there, like maybe you come out and you're like, did I, am I coming or going?
And you're like, hey, I'm going to throw this knife.
What's what?
Because I've been throwing knives in VR all day, and then you throw a knife in real reality. It's like Ray Rice when he footballed in the elevator.
Are you portraying, like, do you have like are you portraying yourself in this virtual reality, or do you have like an alter ego that you're kind of like is it just you? Are you kind of being true to yourself, or because I see myself as like like I want to be somebody completely
different.
I mean, no, not completely different. I just want like somebody completely
altered version of you,
like a better version, like a better, more successful, more aggressive version of myself.
Yeah, you could really do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was at first like, I guess like intimidated because what I've been in is VR chat, which is like the main thing where you live as like an avatar and you could create your own thing and do whatever. And when it comes to like video games, I hate playing video games with people that I don't know. If I'm like playing PUBG or whatever, and it just like links you up with random people.
Yeah, you don't want to.
And now you're in a voice chat with them, and they're like, blah, blah.
Half the time they're saying, slurs.
Yeah, and it's just a mess, and I don't want to hear that while I'm playing a game.
No, sir.
And it's always awkward to try to like interact with people also on there.
Making friends is tough.
It is. But in VR chat, it's surprisingly easy. And it was a trip, like interacting with someone the first time.
You just go right up and be like, hey, what's good?
What's up? And they go, what's up, dude? And they go, hey, check this out. And then their avatar.
I see myself as kind of like I'm gonna put off like a Fonz vibe. Like I'm gonna like the coolest guy in the real. Like everybody's just gonna be kind of like, check out this guy.
Who's that guy?
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. They're gonna be like, hey, who's that?
So
who's this new guy?
So there's a handful of like free avatars that you could pick. Like I was an alien, like an Area 51 gray alien, and I was like running around. You could also make a avatar that looks like you, which I did, but I haven't figured out how to get loaded in there yet. And then you go into these. What was your question about these virtual worlds?
I didn't ask a question.
Oh, okay, yeah. About if you're playing yourself or an inflated version. I have a brand new show coming where I play a aggressive and abusive manager of a restaurant that is forcing people to work in VR.
Can I come and work in this restaurant?
Yeah, absolutely. You should be on an episode.
Yeah, 100%.
That'd be great.
I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna tell you where to stick this job, buddy.
That would be funny if we worked out a whole thing and we like did it in front of everyone and they thought that it was.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh wow, this guy really." He told him off.
Mm-hmm. So
who's this guy?
And that would make it more believable because if someone spawns to this world and there's two people there already working, then they're going to be more likely to get to work at the restaurant.
Yeah, we'll get a third person working there, and then like me and the other person will we'll goof off, and then like eventually like you'll tell me to get back to work, and I'll be like, hey, you know what? You take this job and you stick it up your ass, pal. I'm out of here. Nobody tells whatever my name is in the VR world. Nobody tells what to do. You hear me?
So
because I'm gonna have like a Jersey accent.
Yeah, you can be whatever. And I think this is what we should do. We should start this restaurant. You and me will be working it, and we'll be the owners. And then once we get like a devoted guy that comes in and like is listening to us and cutting potatoes and doing work and shit.
Yeah, we'll get free candy.
Then we'll get free candy.
Free candy. You go buy an Oculus.
Go buy an Oculus, bud. And then we're gonna put them on the portal, so that way when people spawn into the world, they're like, hey, you gotta work here. These are the owners. Go talk to them. And then we could like start yelling at them and getting all crazy and doing abusive stuff.
It's a solid plan.
Assault?
Solid plan.
Oh, I thought you said it was assault. Because it's not assault.
I mean, we can't assault, right? It presents you. I mean, like we can, intimidate. We can intimidate.
Yeah, and you can come so close to assault.
We can imply it.
We can emotionally
imply assault.
We can emotionally assault people.
Sure.
For sure.
Okay.
So that's gonna be lit.
Yeah, this is all really good.
And Let's see. I had some other downside. There's not a lot. Oh wait, here's the upside with a downside. When you're in VR, you get zero cravings for, like, I don't smoke cigarettes when I'm in VR. I don't ever feel like I want to go out and smoke every 30 minutes like I do when I'm not in VR.
Now, what about virtual cigarettes?
It's because I'm smoking virtual cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it does the trick.
So that sounds like two upsides for me. Like, you're not smoking cigarettes.
And then I have nicotine patches on, so that way I'm getting the nicotine in real life.
Okay.
Smoking the virtual cigarettes. And then, but I also don't get cravings for food or water. Like, I'll go 6 hours without drinking water, like it's nothing. Because time moves different in virtual reality, which is something I should tell you about.
Yeah, that sounds like, a pretty big thing.
Time works very different in there. And I'll pop it on, and I'll be like, I'm going to get in here a little bit, and then I'm going to make some food, It'll be like 6. And then I'll kind of go in there, do a couple things, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool, Oculus is dope. And then I'll pop it off to go out and grab some food, and it's 10:30 p.m. And
Okay, see,
I thought that it was maybe an hour
Right, yeah, no,
at the most.
And you'd think maybe you're just losing track of time, but no, time actually moves differently inside the Oculus. So
because time is relative to whatever mass it's next to or whatever. The closer and farther away you get from a mass, the slower and faster.
It's just bullshit.
So this warps time somehow.
So theoretically, one day in the Oculus could be 2 years of your actual physical life.
Yeah, you put it on, you play a game, you take it off, you got a beard. You look like Robin Williams. It's pretty much Jumanji in a lot of ways. You get trapped in there, I feel.
And then also, Robin Williams eventually killed himself, so you got to be careful with that. That's kind of brings me to another point another concern that has been addressed in the past that I've had, and has made me hesitant to kind of move forward. Is this virtual insanity that I've heard about? We're out here kind of twisting this new technology all around. So it almost just feels needless, and this virtual insanity, it always seems to interfere with this love we have, and this useless, and I can't see, I can't breathe, no one will be, and nothing's gonna change the way we live. Because we all live underground, and this crazy world we're living in, and I can just see us immersed in sin now, in this virtual insanity. The future is made of virtual insanity now, and it always seems to be governed by the love that we have, again, for useless twisting our new technology. And now there's no sound, we're all going to live underground, and I'm thinking, what a mess we're in. I already know where to begin. If I could slip, sickly ties that the earthly man has made, and now every other moniker we choose to occur of her child, that's not nature's way.
No, it's not.
Well, that's what they said yesterday. That's what they said yesterday. There's nothing left to do but pray. And I think in time, I found a new religion.
Oh.
And we've already established the new religion on this podcast. Whoa, it's so insane.
Whoa.
To synthesize another strain, there's something in these futures that we have been told. The future's made of virtual insanity. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know where that whole rant came from, but I feel
beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that you're just kind of fired up because you got the Oculus. You have this portal into this world.
And again, there's no sound, and we're living in an underground. And now this virtual insanity. Forget your virtual reality. And there's nothing so bad. I know, And this virtual insanity we're living in, he's got to change it.
Yeah.
Things will never be the same, and I can't go on while we're living in this virtual insanity.
Wait, hold on. We're living in this virtual insanity.
This world has got to change, because I just can't keep going on in this. It was virtual insanity that we're living in. The virtual insanity is what it is. I feel like none of those. I don't remember a lot of those lyrics from the song.
Any of that. Now that
Can we go ahead and pop up that video?
Here, we're gonna turn this way down so we don't get flagged, and we're gonna talk over the whole thing.
So just picture, you got this jackass white white Rastafari guy in a Cat in the Hat doing like Michael Jackson dance moves in like the Mo Money Mo Problem set, like the 90s Puff Daddy music video set.
Every 90s video was shot in this set. I feel like this was like a very accessible 100%. Set. Or like that meme that's like every rap video in the 90s was shot inside of a cheese grater. That was a thing too. The cheese grater look.
No, he's not really doing like dance moves. Like Michael Jackson would have actually been moving like that.
Yeah.
But this guy just had like, practical tricks.
Okay, so let's see. So it feels like you might be saying.
Do you feel like have you seen any of this going on in the virtual world?
There's a world like this actually. There's a Jamiroquai world, and there's cockroaches. They crawl around the padded walls,
and like the floor just drags you in like the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a couch. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude.
So I guess that's my primary concern with this whole thing is the virtual insanity and the lack of structure in this song and the lyrics making no sense.
Yeah, and there's no sound, and now we all live underground.
So
this virtual reality is going to drive us all underground, which would make sense because I don't feel a need for, muscle or bone density
outside.
Or outside.
That's what I was saying. Like, was it on the last episode? Like, I was saying, there's going to be like a housing facility where there's just like little structures they put us in. They hook us up to feeding tubes.
Yeah.
They put our oculi on our heads, and they dial us in. And
all I need is that comfort strap, and that's it.
They might even just filter our own waste into like fresh food that goes like a human centipede type deal.
And it just comes right back around.
Right.
The circle of life.
Sustain us on that because it's like, I'm eating filet mignon and prawns on the Oculus. What does it matter like if I'm being fed my own shit through a tube?
Yeah, it really doesn't. Because you're eating like a king in the virtual world.
Exactly.
Which, like I said, evens each other out and it's regular food. Another thing that is a downside of virtual reality is that so technology was, we'll say, like an alien species, right? That came here at some point, gave humans like the formulas to create the technology and breed them to get them more powerful. Yeah. And they took over the planet.
Yeah.
And obviously we talk to all of our devices and stuff all the time. And now we have like this like face hugger from Alien, but it's a computer and it's strapped to our face.
Computer, what planet are you from? Computer, what planet are you from?
Computer, what planet are you from?
Does this answer the question?
No, it doesn't actually at all. What the fuck was that?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So this is...
Did that really just happen?
Yeah, this is something that's recently been uncovered. Alex Jones talked about it. That the technology is an alien like species, and that we, the human beings, are the sex organs of the machine world, which is what Terrence McKenna said.
That?
So
And
now we're getting face fucked by these things. They're strapped to our faces. People be falling asleep in VR. Could you imagine being in a VR world and waking up from like a sleep?
That's what the oculi want. They're feeding off of my eyesight and okay.
Yeah.
So these are the dangers. So you've got data theft, virtual insanity, and it feeding off of you.
Yeah. Time loss.
Yeah.
They're fun looking games that cost money.
And I feel like there hasn't been enough long-term studies to determine whether or not like it's slowly causing us to become murderous or do anything. We could be looking at like a Manchurian Candidate situation here, where it's like
I never saw that.
Explain
it to me.
It like a mental time bomb it implants in our head, and then
everything's fine, and then one day it's like click.
it sets it off, and you do something. You go and you kill the president or something.
Like a sleeper cell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, it could be. It really could. Nobody knows yet because we just recently
We're basically guinea pigs here.
Yeah, we recently hit this point in technology. VR wasn't like this, a few years ago.
No, like last I remember, it was fucking virtual Nintendo Boy with the.
It was bullshit.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So, there are some downsides.
There's some dangers.
I have some other downsides here. Exposure to virtual reality can disrupt the sensory system.
So it's gonna make you throw up. It's gonna make you sick to your tummy.
Nausea.
You're gonna get sick.
Dizziness.
You're gonna
pallor.
You're gonna
What's
sweat
pallor?
like a pig. You're gonna have pallor.
What is that?
Pallor. That's where your pals are.
What is it?
It's
Are you
when
gonna
your
throw
pals
gas out?
Yeah. It's
Or
something
your
bad.
pals are
An unhealthy pale
appearance.
Sure, yeah, obviously. I have that already.
Yeah. So more of that.
Loss of balance. I wasn't particularly coordinated to begin with, friend.
Anxiety.
Have it. So basically all things that I already deal with, so I see no downside here at all.
Yeah, you've been training for this your whole life, it feels like.
I feel like I'm good to go.
Eye strain, radiation exposure.
Yeah. You deal with a little
That's actually pretty
radiation
crazy that
exposure,
that's on the list.
I mean, and it's the last one, so it's probably just to worry about. It's
I was thinking about it the other night because I was playing and then my headset died, or like started getting down to like less than 10%. So it told me. So I plugged it in and I had like an extension cord that was that old shitty one too, and it was running to the extension cord to the block, which was getting all hot.
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
it's a fire risk.
And then I had it fucking plugged into my face and just had power going right into my face.
I mean,
and I'm playing and I'm having a great time, just getting radiation exposure as fuck.
If anything, it's giving you power, not taking it from you.
Yeah. It probably would give you superpowers.
I'm just saying, you're not losing power.
No. Speaking of power, another downside, the power doesn't last that long on the headset.
The battery, oh yeah, that is a big downside for me.
Yeah.
Because I play on just some marathon sessions where I'm in there for, the better part of a week or so.
But you could plug it in, you can get a long cord and plug it in, or you could run an extension cord like I did.
An extendos.
Or what a lot of people do is they'll plug it into like an external battery pack, like a little carry around
Just
one.
a little guy.
And then you just put it like in your hood or like in your pocket. And then, but from one charge, you can get like a good 3 or 4 hours of gameplay, depending on what you're doing.
That'll hold you until you can get to a charger.
Yeah.
It's like they say.
They have them everywhere, like Tesla chargers.
Like, the commercials, the ad campaign, for some product, it was, plug it in.
Glade plugins?
Glade, plug it in.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, the Oculus, plug it in?
Yeah, you just plug the Oculus into something.
So you can go to any Tesla charging station and there's actually spots for you to plug in your Oculus.
Yeah.
Which, imagine if Oculus teamed up with Tesla. That'd be it.
Yeah.
We'd all live in space virtually. It's wild, man. I can't wait until...
These are fascinating times. Uncertain times, but like in like a good way. You know what I mean? Like, these are uncertain times because I don't know what's going to happen when I get this fucking thing on. That's the uncertain part. Not because of COVID.
It's like a new wonder and excitement.
It is.
And it got me hard when I got it because I had been wanting it and like talking about it forever once I found out that it was like reasonably priced.
Right.
And then Raven got it for me for Christmas and I didn't see it coming at all. Like I had no idea or even any sort of like any thought in my mind that she would buy me an Oculus. And when I opened it, I was geeked as fuck. And then once I put it on and started messing around in there, like, it gave me this whole, like, childlike, like, excitement about it. And I was all geeked, and I'm, like, watching all these YouTube videos about, like, all the tricks and all the things you could do. And it hasn't stopped. I've just gotten more and more excited, despite the back pain.
I'm ready to Oculus.
Are you?
I'm ready to
We should get in there. We should get in there. We'll see you guys next week, possibly in virtual reality.